We joined a mentorship,
Yeah.
and then we went from I think we were at 710K. We hit 20K in a couple days after, 20K.
Are you successful?
I would say, yeah.
Why?
Which 20-year-old at 70K a month?
What do you think is the next step then?
I want to hit 20K a month with the agency, and then
What do you think is stopping you from starting Econ right now? You're making a lot of money from SMMA.
I would say
You moved to Dubai. How did that happen?
okay, that's very, very crazy. So I grew up I would say, average kid. Grew up in a village, played majority video games, man. I was a
Damn.
gamer, man. I started looking up online business. I tried affiliate marketing, that flopped. And then I went into SMA.
We know you do SMMA. How can someone get into that, right?
Yeah.
What is the main sauce and value that they gave you that?
I would say it's just doing volume. You need to push volume, okay?
How do you think someone can make their service higher quality?
Actually, no one talks about it. It's not just ads. Every agency can run ads, but what we do is basically the way my agency kind of works is I get so much referrals because the service delivery is so good. Every client that comes in, at least 10, 30K added in a month.
Wow.
Why are they paying you that money, 70K a month? Are those 71K high ticket clients? How does it look and what are you actually doing for each one of them?
Okay, so it's actually...
We are back again for the second podcast of Young Money. How are we feeling today?
We are feeling great. You are putting in the work.
Yes, we are.
Now,
Yes, we are.
who do we have here now?
Now we have somebody very special. This time it is thanks to our friend Etele, who has gotten us this amazing connection with somebody who now is in Dubai. His name is Kenan. Can we get a drum roll for him, please?
That sounded weird.
There he is.
That's a good
So,
guess.
how are you doing, Kenan?
I'm doing amazing. Just first time Budapest, like it, So thanks for the invite.
You're welcome. You mentioned that you were born in Russia, which is...
No, I'm not born there.
What?
My family is from there, from that area,
Sorry about that. And you grew up in the Netherlands, and now you have your company in Dubai. Could you tell us a little bit more about how you grew up and how was your childhood?
Okay, that's gonna be interesting. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie. So I grew up I would say, just average kid,
Yeah.
The thing about Netherlands, what I see as a big issue for me was I grew up in a village with majority just Dutch people. I'm the only one of the only immigrants there. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was there, and it was just I would say from zero to from age 1 to 10, it was just purely just I wasn't really getting bullied, but when people just kind of
You
down,
don't fit in.
Yeah. Not even that. People just don't really choose you to pick with you on the team. That type of stuff. I just played majority video games, man. I was a gamer, man. Played a little bit of football, soccer, whatever you want to call it. But mainly just a video gamer from age with 1 to 15, 16.
Damn.
Yeah, I used to play 16 hours a day.
So how did you go from 16 hours of gaming, which is honestly it's definitely good for you, but it's kind of a waste of time, right? 16 hours just clicking away. How do you go from there to what you are now and entrepreneur?
That's a good question, man. I think it was just that I saw one day I saw Andrew Tate pop up.
Andrew Tate, okay.
No, actually, it was literally because of him. I would say if he wasn't here, obviously I didn't want to go to school. I was actually trying to go pro in gaming and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Right.
But I was actually too shit. I never really got the chance to go pro. But no, when Andrew Tate came and he was yeah, you gotta online business, this and
Walk
that.
in, yeah.
I started looking up online business, SMMA. I come with SMMA. I come across drop shipping. I tried affiliate marketing first of all. I tried affiliate marketing. That flopped. I'm being honest. That was not even one single sale, And then I went into SMA. I also didn't make anything for the first 6 months. It was just I just did it for fun. I just kind of replaced the video games with SMA. So it was just I was just instead of playing video games, I was just doing SMA, but I wasn't making any money. So I was just calling just for fun. It was just all right, at least I'm improving in something, At least I'm improving in communicating with people. Because I used to be a very shy kid. Just so you guys know, I used to be so shy. It's for example, I would teacher would assign me in the class, would point out at me in the class. I would literally just freeze like this. I didn't even know what to say, So I would say definitely just improving myself instead of picking up the video games. That's been huge factor. And after that, it just started getting bigger and bigger. And then at one point, I just started buying a bunch of courses, a bunch of mentorships, and then now we're here, bro.
Educating yourself.
Absolutely. Yeah. I feel like a lot of business owners start with gaming, and they become more like they start looking at running a business like an actual video game, and they need to go from a noob to like an actual pro.
Yeah, it is though.
It is what it is. Yeah, I absolutely agree. I mean, what do you think was where? Obviously, you started educating yourself, right?
Yeah.
You bought these courses, you watched Andrew Tate's videos, but how do you actually go from getting that knowledge to then starting to execute? What's that like step that takes you from learning to executing?
Oh, like what actually got me to take action?
Yeah. No, to be able to take action, right? There's a difference between taking action and actually having the action that's taken be successful, right? And actually work out and be successful.
Being honest, like it's just investing in guidance, bro. Like if I would have not like I'm being honest, if I would have not bought anything, like done everything myself, not invested in a single course or anything, even though a lot of people shit on it, they think it's a scam, but like at one point you buy so many that at one point one clicks.
Yeah.
You know, that's exactly what happened. I paid a guy $9,000 and it just clicked.
Is that because you don't want to lose that money, or is that because they make you feel like you can do it?
It's, man, at the end of the day, I was so easy to get sold on anything. People would just guarantee me like a dream, like you're gonna go to Dubai, this and that.
And you click, you buy.
Bro, I bought. You know, like I'm like a guy, like if it makes sense, I'm buying.
Okay.
I'm paying. You know, even now with my agency right now, if someone can like save me like 2 hours a day, I'm paying him.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Like you should never trade your time like for money.
Time is money. That's
Absolutely.
True. Yeah.
And I think that's how you got connected. What's his name? You know, your mentor.
Yeah, it was Eric. Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. Could you tell me that story of like how you got connected with him? Because that is pretty interesting that you moved to Dubai partially because of him.
Yeah.
And how did that happen?
Okay, that's very, very crazy. So we joined a mentorship, and then we went from like I think we were at 7-10K. We hit like 20K in a couple days after 20K. Wow. And then after that, I was just in this like flow of like signing clients. Like I was like, it was like a rush. Like every time I would see other people sign clients, like I met this kid. He was around this group. It was like making 30K a month at 15. And I was like, man, like I'm struggling for 2 years. Well, this kid is like 15, making 30K per month. You know, I was like, I have to take action now. I'm not gonna wait another year. It's now. You know. So yeah, we hit like 30-40ish K. We went to Dubai. First 3 days we landed there, we made like 13K. You know, we went crazy on upselling. Like the way my agency kind of works is I get so much referrals because the service delivery is so good.
Yeah, actually works. Yeah,
like we have like crazy service delivery. Like every client that comes in, at least like 10-30K added in a month.
Wow.
You know, and that way we get like at least like 10-15 referrals every single month, and from there we
and those lead to leads and then clients. That makes sense.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, considering all of that, like just directly gonna ask Kenan, do you think you, as you said 20, right?
Yeah.
Do you think as a 20-year-old entrepreneur, are you successful?
I would say yeah.
Why?
Bro, I just hit which 20-year-old at 70K a month? I mean 19. I was 19 when I hit 70K a month.
Right. And so what do you think is the next step then? If you think you're successful now, what's the next step?
Yeah, I want to hit 200K a month with the agency, and then my goal is to eventually just milk out the agency and then transition into e-com, because like e-com, in my opinion, that's where actually the real money is made.
It can scale forever.
Yeah,
it's more scalable in my opinion. Like it's it's not maybe not as easy, but like at the end it's more scalable if you have the right, like if you're in the right niche, you know.
And what is the right point in like your opinion to transfer from like a service-based business model to one that is more scalable?
It's more money. Like it's in my opinion, like if I compare like an SMA guy, like for example, which actual agency makes $1 million a month? Like, can you name one?
That is rare.
It's super. There are a couple, you know, Eddie Malouf, a couple here and there, but like actual agencies, most of these guys are just doing coaching. Yeah. You know, they're just coaching and there's like selling courses, which there's nothing wrong with that. But like, I just want to have a business where I can actually, like, for example, e-com, like,
can go on forever.
Yeah, look at Onua. Look at the Onua brothers. Like, look how much they're making.
Didn't they grow up in the Netherlands as well?
Yeah, they did.
Did you meet them there?
No. Well, like I would definitely like if I would start ecom, I'm joining their course, bro.
So what do you think is stopping you from starting ecom right now? Obviously, we know that you're making a lot of money from SMMA.
Yeah.
And you wanna milk out of it. You wanna get to the limit, right? Every business has a certain limit. We know that with ecom, there's no difference between 10 people buying your product and 10 million. Like it can go on forever. What's stopping you from investing into that already right now? Find yourself a mentor, get a Shopify, whatever way you're gonna do it. Why don't you start investing money and time into that already?
I would say like this company, like Auto Revenue, I've been building it since I was like 17. So it's like kind of, I feels bad just dropping it right now. I want to actually hit 100, 200K a month, like consistently profit, not just revenue. I don't really care about revenue. It's just like how much is in the bank. That's what matters.
Okay.
So I want to actually 200K profit and then maybe just pass it on to someone, or maybe just keep it, put like a CSM, put like actual people in place to manage it, then go fully into ecom.
Yeah.
Like I already have my people that I'm looking in like to get like guidance from, but like the goal this year is to fully transition into ecom.
Do you think you will make that step in like 2025 or is it more in the future?
No, that's going to be this year. Like it has to be this year, like time is ticking, like more competition coming in more.
And how do you envision your life within like 3 years?
Bro, that's a good question, bro. How do I envision myself in 3 years? I'd say, bro, just live in a peaceful place, first of all. Retired my whole family, okay? That's one thing, because at the end of the day, they live in like third world countries. You can easily retire them. Plus my parents, I can retire them, add family into the business, so I can add them in so they don't have to like actually get a job. That's one thing. And bro, just live my life, pray every single day and just become a better person, bro. And become the most, like in my opinion, like what I see, a lot of people, when they make a lot of money, they get a big ego, right? Like money up, ego up. That's what they say.
That's very true.
Like, bro, I'm trying to just, bro, I don't care if you're making 1K a month, bro. Even if you're like 300K in debt, I do not care. We're all gonna die.
Fair enough. I mean, what I'm wondering right now is, you have this clear plan ahead of you, right? You're already making a decent bit of money. How do you also have a way that you're gonna, what you're gonna be, what your next stage is gonna be, right? You want to get into ecom and all of that. How does a personal brand tie into this, right? What do you feel like? Why are you trying to grow your personal brand? What is the purpose? We all know the value of a personal brand, right? It's going to help you close sales. It's a lot of clients. But do you feel that's where you should be investing your time? Is there any other purpose behind it?
Yeah, it's like, bro, like personal brand's everything, like if you're in a networking or whatever, like in a dinner,
right?
If they check your Instagram, they're already like gonna like you more. It's how it is. It's how the world is.
It is how it is.
Like same thing.
That is so true.
With looks too. Like if you look like shit, like people are not gonna like treat you seriously, bro.
No, that's true.
Like I've noticed this myself because I used to look like completely shit, bro. Like I used to like go to school like all fucked up clothes.
People don't want to talk with a dork.
Exactly.
It's the way you present yourself, right? And it kind of links to other things too, right? If you go to the gym, if you have white teeth, I know or like if you have a fitting haircut, all these little things, people might not mention them that much, but they make a huge difference. I absolutely agree. Like
I tested this, by the way. I shaved my head completely bald.
Right.
Yeah.
Bro, it's crazy. Like I used to have this like curtain like type of hair. She went bald, bro. Immediately I noticed like people were kind of different, like the way they treat me.
Like worse or?
Yeah, not worse. Just like less respect, like less.
Oh.
Just like more of like childish, like. It is fact.
But I do want to mention that I talked with you when you had like a middle part or like that longer hair. Yeah. But this buzz cut looks good. Like
I'll say I rock this.
Like maybe you should keep it.
I'll keep this, bro. I'll keep this, like typical Balkan.
Moving away from haircut and looks and stuff, I've always wondered, like, you're 20. I assume you don't go to university, or am I wrong?
Oh no.
Right. So did you finish school, high school?
Yeah, I got my diploma at 16, but that's pretty much it. I never got anything else.
So why do you feel like you weren't really in pursuing, like finishing high school after 16, like 16 to 18, and then going to university, undergrad, majors, all of that?
Yeah, let me tell you, like the school system in Netherlands, like maybe here in like Hungary it's different, but like in Netherlands it's completely fucked. Like it's one of the worst you guys will ever see. Like it's just like I used to do IT, like software development and all that, man. The people in my class were like bro, if you see these people, like, are these real? Are they actually real?
Matrix minded.
Actually just NPCs, bro. Like, they're not actually NPCs. Like, you know, like I sit in the class, like they're talking about like Minecraft mods and all that. I'm like, bro, where am I? You know, where am I?
Yeah.
You know, and I used to like need to do tasks with these people. Nothing against them, you know, but this is not the people that I'm trying to like surround myself with. Also, the teachers, bro. Like, I would say the teachers in the Netherlands, bro, they're not even that educated. They're not even that smart.
Right.
Like, they're a teacher because they studied, like, what, like, university, yada, yada, 4-8 years. But most of these teachers, bro, they just party university.
Right.
Party university, get their exams done, bro, and then they're a teacher now.
Yeah.
You get me? So, no, that's one thing. So, yeah.
And do you think that entrepreneurs can benefit from, like, uni and school? Or do you think that they shouldn't go?
Just don't go.
So I'm gonna come in here and say I disagree, and I want to tell my viewers why, and I think that's why he brought that question up.
Yeah.
I think uni is a good thing. I think it's a very good thing, but it depends on your approach, right? So there's a huge difference between just going through school, partying, and like with a decent like GPA, kind of bad, kind of mid, you get like decent grades, maybe okay grades, and you go to an okay university.
Yeah.
So that's how many years, like 16 to 22 of just wasted years, right?
Yeah.
That's 6 years wasted. And then uni, you can continue to stay in uni for many, many years, especially if you don't take it very seriously. That is like many, many years that you've spent doing almost nothing, right? You're not making money, you're not building anything.
Yeah.
But let's say you take a different approach, and instead of like trying to balance out like partying and having fun and drinking with like school, and you just fully go into acing your tests, like in performing the best in your class, you stay at the top of your class, then you get the best grades. What's gonna happen? You're gonna get referred, you're gonna go to a really good uni, right?
That is true.
If you get into an Ivy League, that's how you're gonna have almost the most direct breakthrough, the smallest risk and the highest chance of being very successful.
Yeah.
And a case study are basically all billionaires have went to an Ivy League. Think of Mark Zuckerberg, he went to Harvard. Think of Elon Musk, I'm pretty sure he's a Stanford dropout. So all these people, they, even though they didn't really need college, it was their breakthrough into being successful in life.
True.
You know what I mean? And also, like, let's say I'm a startup, right? And I go into this investment company, an angel investor, and I tell them like, I'm looking for 100,000 US dollars. Are you gonna be likelier to give it to me if I told you I dropped out of school at 16?
I see.
I'm not trying to like, but you know what I mean, right? It's gonna look better if I were to say, oh, you know, I graduated in an economics major in Harvard. It's gonna look better, right? But then again, if you don't have that like approach to uni, then it's kind of a waste of time, right?
Yeah.
Because what's the point if you're not gonna go to a top uni and like just generally perform better than everyone else?
Yeah, I think it depends also like if your parents are rich or not.
I think so too.
Like, if I'm being honest, we could not afford a uni at all, you know?
Right.
Like, not even like the school funds even, I would say. So like, the thing is like, for me, it was just not an option. Like, if I would go to uni, I would not be able to help them out. You get what I mean? Like, it just depends where you're at, like where, what family you type of family.
Almost how you were born. Yeah, I agree.
That's also the thing. But like, it depends also on country, you know? Every country has different type of school system. So it depends on which country you're in.
Yeah.
Like, for example, in France, completely different than Netherlands. US, completely different. I think US is pretty fucked. But depends, you know, per country. But I don't see, it might not be necessarily a bad thing, but like, if you want to become like successful entrepreneur, like this and that, I feel like everyone is trying to become that these days.
Yeah.
But like, I wouldn't do it.
Let me change topics here.
Yeah.
I want to talk about successful people.
Yeah.
This is a question that we already answered in the podcast that we did before.
Yeah, just me and him.
But I wanted to ask you as well. Do you think that successful people are born or made?
It's made.
It's made.
Why?
It's made.
There it is.
Like, look at, for example, I'm not trying to, nothing against LGBTQ or anything, but look, now it's being pushed onto people, right?
Yeah.
These people are made, man. If your parents are telling you from like 6 years old, you
can
better
choose your
dress
gender.
up. Yeah, you better
choose
dress
your
up as a
gender.
guy. you know?
Imagine having a unicorn as your son.
No, exactly, bro. Like, you know, it's made. It's made. If, for example, I would believe if Andrew Tate wasn't here, a lot of people wouldn't be here too.
Yeah.
No, I agree with that.
Yeah.
And I that's actually, speaking of Andrew Tate, like, I think that guy gets a lot of hate, although he's done a lot of good for this world. And it's kind of like, what he kind of sacrificed his like respect in a lot of like places on earth where the people that like look up to him wouldn't be there, right?
Yeah.
So for example, a lot of people that wouldn't be his target audience, which are young males like looking to make a lot of money. It can be females too, but most of them, like 80%, 90% of his audience are young boys like us, 16, 14, 15, all the way up to like 25. So if you look at that and you say like, okay, a lot of things he said wouldn't be against or like critiquing and criticizing boys at our age. It would be criticizing like women or saying women can't drive, and that was a quote that you said like that Andrew Tate had said. That's like what he kind of indoctrinates on people. And why does he do it? What do you think?
Bro, I think it's just Andrew, bro.
I think it's Andrew Tate being really smart and almost rage baiting, right? Because what is he doing? He's saying something super controversial to increase his target audience. Because now when he says something super controversial, all of a sudden people that would never watch him, right, would watch him to say like, wow, look at this misogynist. Do you agree?
I
see. And then a lot of people are going to go on his profile, and maybe not only his target audience, like 30% of them are going to be different ones, but still he's going to get more sales, more money, more attention, and more attention is more money.
Bro, that's why these people that are weird on social media always like blow up.
Yeah, that's true.
The thing,
like,
you know?
I Show Speed, Kais and Nat, like they are making millions.
Iman, no, though. Iman never really was pretty weird, was he? I mean, he was like the first guy in the SM.
But it's a little bit interesting that Iman, once he stopped being popular by himself, he's now making more videos with his, like, not girlfriend, but with that like friend of his.
Oh, that guy, like, what's his Alex?
Amra.
That girl.
Yeah.
Why do you think he's putting the girl?
More attention. Like if you actually watched a few of his shorts, like the ones where he includes a girl, or maybe the ones where he talks about dating, are a lot more viral.
Yeah,
and the young business owners are now more and more interested in like dating, getting girls, and just looks maxing and like those topics.
Yeah, I actually split tested this, for my clients. I put a guy's voice on my clients' ads, and I put a girl's voice. The girl's voice always blowing up. Like it's like I don't know why, it's like a thing, like maybe the feminine voice that like I work with car detailers, right? So like people that do like shit on their cars, like automotive, so I don't know, when these guys, like my main like target audience, like men, right? So I put a girl, always more conversions.
I apologize about that. It was about traveling since I'm 15, and it's a bit hard for me to like travel completely alone and like go on flights. So it takes a little bit more like chatting and like talking. But yeah,
it doesn't matter at all, because while he was gone, I had this amazing breakthrough of a question, and it's like a lot of people watching, a lot of our viewers right now are wondering, like, we know you do SMMA. Some people might not even know what a social media marketing agency does, right? Now we don't need like a crash course into what it does or like how it works, but how can someone get into that, right? Because you said you paid $9,000, for example, for someone to like guide you through it. What is the main like sauce and value that they gave you that led you to be successful in that niche?
I would say like it's just SMA is just a matter of volume. It's actually not a hard business model. Like it's not a hard business model. Like if you compare it to like drop shipping, e-com, FBA, Amazon FBA, right? There's actually a very, very easy business model. It's literally just getting clients, selling them, right, on your service, delivering. That's it. And it's like on and on like that.
Yeah.
And maybe building like a community around your company, maybe that too. But like one thing that I actually learned like in these like mentorships, not necessarily the 9K one, but also bought like another one before that. I would say it's just doing volume. You need to push volume, okay? Like if you're, for example, doing like 100 calls or like 100 messages per day versus like a company that's doing 20,000 messages per day, the company that's doing 20,000 is going to get more clients than you. That's how it works.
Is there something else as well besides just doing more volume, like more tries? Is there some other like tip or like something else that is maybe as important as that?
Like for a complete beginner, I would say for a complete beginner, if you're just starting out getting your first clients, I would do paper results. You know, the reason I would do paper results is you're learning while you're getting paid, right? Like I would say if you're in a course, obviously there's some service delivery guidance, so you don't need to do paper results. But if you have no money, you're trying to get into it, 100% start paper results, learn as you grow, right? And get paid at the same time.
And how do you think an agency owner can improve their service? Because you mentioned at the beginning here that you get like 10 referrals. How do you think someone can make their service higher quality?
Okay, that's a really good question.
So that it becomes high ticket.
Actually no one talks about this. They only talk about like getting clients, but they never talk about like service. So
like keeping them.
The thing is like you need to get more clients. The thing is like if you have one client, you only have one client worth of data. If you have like 20 clients, you have 20 different areas.
You can learn from 20 people.
Exactly, 20 different areas, 20 different businesses, 20 different pricing structures, right? So you need more clients, and also on top of that, you need to like check in with your clients. The way I kind of got my service delivery so good is, first of all, I check in with my clients. I ask them, how's the lead quality? Like, how many have you converted? Every single day I used to ask them that in the beginning, you know? And then at one point, I came to a point where the ads that I was running were just like, okay, I put them for every single business, it just hits.
Yeah.
You know, after all the testing, trial, and now obviously a lot of people are copying it. Like a lot of people watch the YouTube video of me and now they're all like copying it. But at the end of the day, it's like, it always keeps developing. It doesn't stop, you know? Product is also, I'd say like keeping a good client fulfillment is also like keeping good communication between the client. Many people, they ghost clients, bro. You need to have like strong communication with the client. Like
good connection.
Yeah, if he has any questions, any doubts, right? About like maybe sales, everything, get back to him as quick as possible. He shows, okay, this guy actually cares.
Yeah.
You know?
You better show him that you're there for him too.
And even if the results are not that good, still like he knows, okay, this guy cares about me. I'm not gonna like ask for a refund. I'm gonna keep going with him. I like him.
Well, if you do ads and obviously you have like this, you gotta push volume and everything. How does it look like a 1-to-1 day in your life working in this specific niche? Like what would you have to do? Who are you talking to? Etc. etc.
Obviously now pretty much everything is like automated. I have my CSM. Islam, if you're watching this, hope you're watching this. But like I like that guy. Like it's my CSM. He'd basically manage all my clients. So then what we basically do in a day in life is just checking calls, seeing how clients are doing, just over the phone. You know, not pretty stressful. You know, obviously now it's different. In the beginning, it was
a lot more work.
It was like no sleep. I'm gonna tell you that. But now you come to a point where things are automated. You know, you're just focusing more on like more leverage things, like just scaling, just bringing more revenue in, hiring more people. You know, so I'm just basically on checking calls. I don't even take the sales calls, only if it's like necessary. You know, like it's like a must. I have to take the call.
Got you. And networking and meeting more successful people definitely helped you to become even more successful. How do you think one can improve their connections?
Just buy yourself into the rooms. Like pay for someone to get you into those rooms. You know, for example, like the mentorship, you know, I paid the guy $9K. I met so many people, like actually so many crazy people, you know, like just buying yourself into the room. So for example, like you cannot like just go up to someone and be like, hey bro, like can
expect a connection.
Yeah. You know,
you need to like invest into it.
Yeah. You need to also build, I would say, proper connections. It's not like just, okay, I know this guy, you know, he actually like, it's, if he, like, let's say something goes wrong in your business, right? Like, he has to like, I don't know how you say it in English, like kind of care, you know, like kind of like support, like help you. Like otherwise it doesn't make any sense.
Pays attention.
Know? Yeah, something like that.
Gives a fuck about you.
Yeah, exactly. Like just gives a fuck about you, like in your situation, you know? Like apart from that, I think networking is just paying people to get you into rooms.
How much has like Instagram helped you in networking up to now? Like obviously you met him through Instagram, and therefore me. But have you met anyone else through Instagram? Is it like a good way to network in your opinion, or do you need like hundreds of thousands of followers for it to be useful?
No, you don't. Like I would say, just go to a nice place, take some pictures.
Yeah.
Just don't have like some, how do you say, like aesthetic pictures they call it, right?
Like a well structured profile.
Exactly. So put that, and then I would say after I got to Dubai, before my profile was so completely shit, I came to Dubai, I took some pictures, then like it just started like going better. Like now
changed
just
completely.
Yeah, exactly.
And I mean, like even for people who might want to work with you, if they can see that you are living this lifestyle, that was the key point for me. If you didn't have pictures like that, then I would not have reached out to you, because I would not have seen any value in like having that like network with you.
Exactly, bro. No, I think that's the thing. I've got tons of like people messaging me just purely because of the profile. It's definitely key, you know.
I'm wondering, like, I'm sitting here and I'm wondering, I think when we talked about what you specifically do with SMMA, we obviously talked about how to succeed and what's important. You mentioned it's very important to have a really strong connection with your client. I totally agree. I think we could use some more specification on what exactly you do with ads and who and how many people, like, why are they paying you that money, 70K a month? Are those 71K high ticket clients? How does it look, and what are you actually doing for each one of them?
Okay, so it's actually it's not just ads, you know, ads are just one part of the process. Like every agency can run ads, you know, it's like, you know, ad management, doing ads for yourself, for your clients, you know, but like what we do is basically we get their ad set up. We also teach them how to run their own ads, right? Yeah. Top of them, teach them how to sell, right? We have like one of our best clients basically gave me a sales script. We send it to each client, right? Then we also have like check-in calls with the clients. So we make sure these guys are on track to hit their KPIs. And basically tracking everything. Like many, like I would say maybe startup, like bit intermediate agency owners, they don't track shit. Like I track everything, you know, from like how much they spend, what their CPA is, right? What their cost per lead is. Like you have to start tracking everything. You know? That's pretty much it.
And are you high ticket or low ticket?
I'd say like for the niche we're in, like I would say detailers are a lot of people think it's a broke niche. But I'd say we charge like 4.5K for 3 months, and then after that we charge 2K a month.
That's 1.5K a month. I see.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's pretty good. I mean, Etele and I are currently like thinking. Obviously, if we know you're doing well and you have all these things going for you.
Yeah.
And you said that your plan for the future is e-com.
Yeah.
How does all this success in entrepreneurship look like when you're basing it with like other things in life, right? So you said looks is important, going to the gym is important. Is there anything else that you're currently thinking of doing or you want to achieve that might be connected to these goals or maybe completely separate from these goals, etc.?
I see what you mean. Like just trying to like improve in other areas. I feel like entrepreneurship, bro, like it just changed me like completely.
It changes your whole perspective, right, on life. Like
it's like you start looking at it as a video game.
Right? You want to improve. Yeah, that's the whole idea of self-improvement. Absolutely.
So like I would say like my next goals are basically learning more languages, bro.
Oh,
you know.
What language do you speak right now?
I speak a bit of Russian, kind of sort of Turkish. I speak English, Dutch. Bit of German. That's it.
You mentioned video games, and when it comes to video games, we want to improve all our stats and not just one specific part of them. We want to become better in each aspect. What do you do for your head? What do you do for fitness? What do you do for like all of these things specifically?
Stats,
Okay, that's a good question. I'm being honest, like I had like in the beginning I had issues with this. Like I was just work like just not even caring about health, just double shot espresso and work, you know, like that was my day-to-day life, you know. But honestly now I'm starting to take care of that, you know, like obviously I cut out sugar, that's one thing. Trying to hit the gym more. But the issue that I still have, like everyone has issues, like it's like it kind of goes in between. Like sometimes I'm at the gym, a client's calling me, you know, this and that, you know, it's random, and then like interrupts the workout. That's kind of what I have right now. But like my goal is just kind of get my health like completely fixed, right? Get like in perfect shape, and then bro, like I'm start going from there.
Some advice I have for anyone that like has that same problem is, for example, like to tell you, like give you a bit of background for what I do, right?
Yeah.
I like completely monopolized Roblox. Right, so I'm sure you've heard of Roblox. There's millions of kids on Roblox 24/7. Like probably out of all the models and like businesses, some people might still not have like heard of SMMA. But if I tell them Roblox, they'd have heard of it. But they wouldn't have ever heard of like business model, right?
I know.
How are you making money from that video game? But if you think about it, Roblox doesn't make any games, right?
Yeah, it doesn't.
Every single game in Roblox is made by a creator. Every single YouTube video on this huge game that has more like viewers per month on YouTube than Minecraft and probably Fortnite put together, right?
Yeah.
But it's actually on games that somebody has created, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when I have a lot of people that need to manage like the different YouTube channels I own, the games that I own, because I've monopolized like a pretty big niche market on Roblox, and you have a lot of people online 24/7 that are like talking, like they're asking me questions and managers, and I figured out like a really good scapegoat and like way to be able to balance like loads of calls and loads of people talking to you, and actually having to like be able to focus, right? And being able to, when you're in the gym, you should be in the gym. You shouldn't be in the middle of business and gym, because the second you start multitasking and trying to do things at once,
over, bro.
You start losing things, right? You lose track.
Yeah, I had the big issue with that. You know,
right?
The thing I'm doing right now to fix that is just scheduling my day the night before.
Exactly.
Like I'm starting to do that. Like it's with like getting distracted. Like with the thing I had, it's like I would do like a task and then check my phone and then it's like over. You know, like I'm all over the place. I see my mom messaging. I see my grandma messaging me, mad at me. I'm like, oh, bro, come on, you know. Like, and now what I do is like the night before I just schedule the whole day, like A to Z. And if someone texts me, like just put it on silent. Don't even look at it.
Or I mean, I was going to quickly mention just before, or what you can also do, and this is something I've done, is if you have a person that you trust, so it doesn't have to be a family member, someone that you have like that's a close friend to you that's very involved in the business. What you can do is when you're out, it should be someone that can take over your role, right? Yeah. And do what you would do instead. So if like let's say we have a bug right in our game, or in one of our games, what's going to happen is we need to figure out, do we shut down the servers? Do we update the game? Who do we get to fix the bug? Because there's obviously all these things change a lot. Let's say you get the bug fixed incorrectly, and then you have our 6,000 people concurrently playing, getting kicked out of the game. That's 6,000 people that would have been paying money that you lose, right? So it's really high stakes. And so if you have someone that you can like almost train, then even if you have your day plan,
a clone, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Even if you have your day plan, you've got like a backup plan.
Yeah. I'm getting there right now actually in the detail agency. Since I'm expanding into a new niche. Yeah, I won't go into detail before everyone starts copying. But like no, like I'm expanding now. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put this guy on my clients. I'm gonna basically make him manage everything, paying 20% of the revenue, and I don't do anything. You know, and it's actually, this guy's a detailer too.
And it's a win-win for both of you.
Yeah, exactly. Like I don't have to do anything. I can focus on my new agency, right? Like same agency but new niche. You know, and this guy's gonna manage everything A to Z. So, you know, I have more time. I don't have to stress about clients. You know, he's all in.
And what are your thoughts and what do you think about God and about these kinds of things?
Okay, this is a good question. Okay, so 2 years ago, I reverted to Islam. Like it was 2022, like December. Like I was thinking about it for a long time. You know, like being honest, my parents are kind of, you know, like not really. You know, they kind of they don't really believe in anything. They're Muslim, but like they don't really, like it's just by name. You know, like let's say for example you have someone who's Christian, like doesn't practice anything. You know, something like that. So bro, I don't know. I just was sitting at the couch one day. I was like, why is this like remote in my hand? Like, why am I here? You get me? Like, it's like I'm having a remote in my hand and I'm existing right now. You know, that question came to my mind, and I was like, yo, like, and then I went on YouTube, I started looking into religions, and then I came across Islam, and I'm being honest, like, the thing about Islam, what I liked, it's like, there's one creator, you know? Obviously, I respect all religions, but there's one creator, you know? Also, like, the fact that the 5 daily prayers, mandatory, right? Also that, it's like, it makes you such a humble person, bro. It's like no hate, no like greed, nothing. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like for example, right now, if you would put me next to a homeless dude, bro, I wouldn't care. Like I'll chill with him, bro. You know? Yeah. I wouldn't care. It's like in the religion. It's like the core of the religion. You get me? So yeah, it's crazy. Since I reverted, like this all happened. So yeah, that's why like I love my razor, bro.
And how do you think someone can become more like you, like more accepting and more like a chill guy?
I would say just drop your ego, bro. Like everyone has like this big ego. They make some money. Like I've been around people like this, you know, like they make money and they start getting crazy ego. They think, okay, I'm the shit, I'm this. But trust me, that can all be taken away. That can all be taken away in like one day. I don't think an ego is necessarily a bad thing. I think it's a dangerous thing. Yeah, I see. You can have an ego, and that doesn't mean that you're a bad person or that it's gonna hurt you, but it's dangerous, right? Yeah. Because
if you lose it, right?
Mm.
If you lose what backs up your ego, because an ego must be backed up by something. If you
Yeah.
don't, then it's not an ego, it's delusion.
Mm.
If you lose what is backing up that ego, then you lose everything, right?
Yeah, obviously you have to be like confident and stuff in yourself, but like there are some type of like I've been to around a couple people there like, bro, like, you know, like if everything is taken away from you, like what are you left with?
Yeah.
Nothing.
You get me? Like
Yeah.
all your morals, like you don't have any morals, bro. It's just like money up, ego up, like I'm the best, like you get what I mean? Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
you need to have some sort of confidence, like that you're the best, but like, you know, you need to treat others the same, I would say.
I mean, ever since I met Etele, like that's never been a problem. Like he's a very, very humble guy,
Yeah, I know.
and he's very successful. So I'll give him
Yeah,
that. Like I think having an ego, can't say it's a terrible thing, but if you can like don't not have an ego but be successful, then that's like the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
100%, yes.
I wanted to ask you about. I'm not sure how to phrase this question, but what are the main differences between being a Christian and like a different religion? Like,
Okay.
do you think that one is better? If you do, then why? Or what are the main differences?
Well, that's a good question. Okay. So obviously I'm not a sheikh, but
Yeah.
like let me tell you, like at the end of the day, choose whatever you want, right? Like I chose Islam because it made the most sense for me, you know. Just the fact that there's just one God, right? And that like for us, like Jesus is a prophet. It's called Isha, you know. It's a prophet, you know. Basically we have like multiple Adam, like basically everyone's a prophet and they're all like messengers of God, right?
Yeah.
So I would say there's not really that the only difference is that Christians believe like that Jesus is God, right? Some of them,
Yeah.
majority of them, right? So yeah, I'm not really like the best guy with that, you know.
Yeah.
I just chose my religion.
You chose your religion.
That's
and you
it,
stuck
yeah.
to it.
I am
And
a
it's paid
Christian,
off.
for example,
Right.
but I do not believe that Jesus is God because who did Jesus pray to? Like he prayed to like a higher being or
Yeah.
like to God.
I've read that, yeah.
And I want to do the same thing. Like I don't want to pray to Jesus, and instead I would want to pray to God.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll let you finish, but before you do, I was gonna say, like speaking of religion, right?
Mhm.
We all like follow religion to a certain extent, right? And we have our own perspectives, and every person does. But what I find interesting is how does that affect your success, right? So, for example, it might have
Good
affected some person's success a very like large amount. Like you said,
Yeah.
it's all happened. Like you said, it's very weird, but like it's all happened after I like started following like
Yeah.
Islam. Do you think that has something to do with it?
Yeah, the thing is about Islam, you treat everything as a test, you know? Let's say, for example, New Year's Eve, I got one of my bank accounts locked. So there was a lot of money stuck in that account. I got a little heart attack, I'm not gonna lie. But I was like, okay, it's just a test, you know? Like at the end of the day, Trump lost $4 million. You know, look where he's at now. So it's all a test. Like everything that happens to me, I treat as a test. I don't treat it necessarily as a bad thing. I look at it, I'm like, okay, this is something like God is testing me here. If I can push through this, you know? Like, for example, many people, they want to be a millionaire, this and that. But like, you have to go through a lot of trial and error. And with that, like being a test by like God, I would say, you know? So that's like the thing where it kind of pushes me. Like whatever happens to me, it's a test, bro. You know, it's all a test.
How do you think someone can go through all that trial and like those failures more smoothly?
Honestly, just if you smoothly, I would say just if you just believe in God, bro. That's the only reason, you know.
It's
like
the biggest answer, but yeah, it makes sense.
It is the only answer. Like it's like if you believe that, like if you go, like imagine like you go through this, right? If you, let's say something really bad happens, like you lose like 100K, 150K, whatever, all your money is gone. Like imagine you come out of that, a version of you. You know, it's like two times because you basically started from zero all over again. You get me?
Yeah. So I feel like here the key is to stay consistent in like those inconsistent periods of times, and then it will all come into the right position soon enough.
Right, absolutely. Consistency is very key, like in everything that any entrepreneur wants to do. For the viewers watching too, if you want to be like successful, there's a huge like difference between like discipline and motivation, right?
Yeah.
And the difference is this one word, right? It's consistency. When you're disciplined, you're consistent, right? You're putting in that work consistently on a linear scale. You're not gonna stop. Whereas if you're motivated, you're gonna put in a lot of work, but you lack consistency. And so what do you lack? You lack productivity, you lack efficiency, and you lack pretty much everything you'd ever need, because it's gonna run out eventually. With discipline, it stays, and that's because it's consistent.
Right, 100%. You said that right, bro. You said that right.
Thank you.
You know, it's like every day, like putting in the work. You know, that's it. You know, like at the end of the day, what else is there to do apart from putting? Like, what else can we do, bro?
No, I mean
not that much.
That links to a good question. What do you think of a work-life balance?
I would say it's a pretty interesting word. You know, work. I'd say, bro, like it depends on the person. You know, like for me, work-life balance is like, I don't even know what a work-life balance. What is that exactly?
So your work balance. You only work.
No. Like I would say, like I watch like UFC and all that. You know, that's like balance. But, like at the end of the day, you cannot only work, bro. You're gonna burn out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or like if you believe in burnout, but I would say like you're gonna just get like cooked in the head.
No, it's a good way to put it. I mean, I personally don't believe in like having a real work-life balance, because you shouldn't need it if you're doing something you like. And I'll give you a good example, right? Let's look at a celebrity. Let's look at, I don't know, think of any celebrity. Neymar. I've met Neymar.
No way.
Yeah, I've met Neymar. Neymar's my neighbor. So Neymar, in this case, for example, his work is his number one favorite thing to do, play football, right? So his son, for example, has told me like, Neymar like just chilling right now.
Yeah.
I look up at what he's doing. He's playing football like in the most extreme like football game that there is in like Saudi Arabia, but his son is telling me he's chilling. Why? Because for him doing his like job is him chilling because he likes his job. So then all of a sudden your work-life balance isn't exactly a work-life balance, because your work is your life.
Yeah,
so you
like
don't need it, right? That's you do what you have to do isn't exactly what you have to do. It's more of what I get to do, what I get to enjoy to do. So that's why it's so important to do a job that you like genuinely enjoy, right? That's why I'm also here right now. Like I'm loving this podcast. That's why I'm missing like a basketball game and like in Barcelona and all these things, because I know that I'm gonna enjoy sitting here and talking to successful entrepreneurs in front of a camera. And everything else in life should be like that. You shouldn't do a job that you don't enjoy.
Exactly.
End of question.
I think you said it right. It's not. There's no real work-life balance, bro.
Yeah,
It's all about
you
like,
shouldn't need it.
what you like. You know.
You shouldn't need it.
And how do you think an entrepreneur can even enjoy his work? Because it's not like football.
I would say just finish it. The issue that I had is like I would not feel fulfilled at the end of the day. I would finish like I would half-ass it. You know, like I would just like finish like 70% and stop. You know, like, but like what I noticed, if I complete everything, trust me, that's the best day ever.
Yeah.
That's the best day ever. You know.
And we still don't do it though for some reason sometimes. Like even though we know we can and it's gonna be like super rewarding, we don't. And that's like the next step, right? Yeah. Being able to like finish it off no matter what, just because of how rewarding and incentivizing it is to finish it off. Absolutely.
And in those times when you feel like you wouldn't be able to like actually finish it, what do you do? Like how do you make sure that you keep going?
Good question. I would say just think of like when it's done. That like pleasure of it.
Yeah.
That's good.
But I think it's actually not thinking about the pleasure. It's thinking about like the bad feeling.
Yeah. I had that bad feeling a lot of times, bro.
Because people are more motivated by the bad things. Like for example, we talked about this with like Louis. If you want to make like $1 million per month within like 6 months, and yes, you could do that, but if I would tell you that if you don't, then your entire family you are going to die. You would 100% do it.
It goes from 2% chance of making it to a 100% chance of making it, because your purpose is going from I have to do it, I should do it, like I'll probably manage to like maybe 2% chance I get it, to if I don't, my whole family's gonna die. I will do it. I must do it. 100% chance. There's no doubt about it. If I have to, I'll do this and that, even though it's illegal. I'll do it though, because I need to make this money no matter what, right?
It's like having a strong why too, you know, like why you're doing it.
Right, that's all
If
it
you're
is.
doing it for yourself, bro, it's like, come on, you know.
If you're doing it to like to get your family like
Exactly.
Right?
That's
Yeah.
like what pushes you. That's what really pushes you.
yeah.
Do you have a girlfriend?
No, I never had one.
Do you want one?
No, I'm being honest. I do not want one. I put this rule. I signed a contract with the guy.
Yeah.
I'm not getting one until I'm at at least 1K per month. I actually did, bro.
You signed a contract
Yeah.
with a friend of yours that you are not going to get
No.
a girlfriend.
I mean,
Why?
it's like, bro. At the end of the day, I like maybe I'm a bit extreme with this.
Yeah.
You
But
are.
like, it's like, bro. Okay, I'm 19, 20 now. Okay, I'm 20 now. But like, getting one in the next like 2 years, it's like it's a bit risky, I would say, since it could affect my like income. Like it could actually like affect.
I feel like
But-
it could increase it too, though.
Yeah, like
Power couple.
it depends on the girl as well. Like if she motivates you to work even harder, which is rare, but if she's that person, then it's going to be great for you and even for and maybe even for your business.
I mean, yeah, but at the end of the day, in Islam, it's haram, so I
Oh.
have to follow the rules, you know.
Yeah,
If it wasn't,
That's
I would
fair
go
enough.
all in. But like,
that's fair enough.
if like it's
Yeah.
I can't do it, so I signed the contract, bro. So when I'm at a 200K profit a month, then I'll think about it, you know.
That sounds good. Guys, I'm gonna quickly say, gentlemen, that I think we should do a quick break for our sponsor and get some water, and we continue in like 5 minutes.
Sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, back from our sponsor. Gonna jump us right off with a very important question. Probably the last one of this amazing podcast that I'm sure all of you will like. What's the niche, right? What's the niche? Like, do you want to expand upon my question?
Nope.
Right. So, what's the niche?
Okay, I'm gonna spill some sauce. Okay, so there's two different types of niches. Okay, there's low entry to barrier. Low
Yeah.
entry to barrier is like car detailing, like pressure washing. Basically, a business that anyone can start. We can start with like $200, $300 to our name. Don't really need a license, right? And then you have also like the second one, more of like the higher ticket. Like you actually need license
Yeah.
stuff, right? Like for example, roofing, real estate need license. I would say also you have like solar. That's also a thing, right? I would recommend for every beginner to start in a low entry niche.
Yeah.
100%, you know?
Like car washing.
Yeah, car washing, pressure washing, window tinting, window cleaning. Those niches, the reason why the owners are so much easier to reach. Yeah, you could start in roofing. Roofing is also fine, but like if you're a complete beginner, right, with nothing to your name, 100% low entry.
You don't want to fuck up someone's roof.
I know, no, that's it.
And do you think you should start off with like something where you like you're only getting paid if you perform?
Yeah. Like I see a lot of people, they immediately go into like 5K piffs, like 3K piffs, but like you don't even know if you can fulfill them. So you're basically a scammer, you know?
Okay.
Yeah, right.
So do paper results. If you start, like do paper results. Learn while you get paid. Same thing, right? And then from there on, get your first testimonial. As soon as you get your first testimonial, start pitching paid. That's it.
Right.
Just for the first client. 2 weeks of pain.
That's
I'm
some
not getting
sauce.
paid up front.
Yeah.
Great.
That's some good sauce.
I did that myself. Like I got like first like 5 clients, no money up front.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
I
Great.
mean, that's how it is. That's how it is. Absolutely. Well, other than that, I'll say honestly, you've been an amazing guest.
Yeah, absolutely.
amazing
100%
guest.
thing, guys.
So we ended the podcast with some great value here,
Yeah.
and we are going to do the next one in February, most likely
soon.
in Italy, and yeah, we are
Thank
going
you
to
very
see
much
you
for
guys there.
watching. It was a pleasure to have you on.
Thanks, brother. 100%.
It was a pleasure to have you on. Bye.